Why does everyone hate Elden Ring PvP? Everyone who I've asked for their opinion on this matter only had negative stuff to say. Now I know it's not perfect and it has flaws, but I also thought that people came to understand that and just accept that. Unfortunately, the game is a single player focused RPG and it's not really meant for multiplayer. Even co-op has a humongous amount of restrictions, like not being able to write torrent at all in the open world and the numerous foggle restrictions. I've tried looking at the bright side of invading for years now, and I now see that not a lot of players share that interest. But naturally, I embarked on a journey to look for answers. Why are the dual arenas so active, and why do I still see so many co-op players getting invaded? What makes these invaders come back to their favorite pastime time and time again if nearly all reviews on this part of the game are so bad? If most people consider Elden Ring PvP horrible, why does it still host such a huge community? Well, I thought I'd ask the smartest, most cunning and beautiful people that have ever graced us with their presence, my subscribers. I want to show you guys what the average invader thinks about their favorite game mode. So I'll be showing you guys some interesting comments that I got on my last videos where I talked about the Elden Ring PvP situation. This comment saying that calling Elden Ring exceptionally good is an overstatement and that it's not fun getting invaded by tryhards when you're just trying to have fun with your friends. And I would disagree. I think that Elden Ring multiplayer is uncomparable to any other PvP or multiplayer in any other games. It's only comparable to the multiplayer in Souls games, and that alone makes it original and makes it stand out. It has flaws, of course, but saying that it's not fun to get invaded by tryhards when you try to have fun with your friends, I think it's a bit of a hollow statement because it implies that invaders are from the start, from the get-go, at an advantage, and that they can ruin your co-op experience and they can intervene and make your life harder when all the elements are against the invaders, and it's so simple to gank and use tools to your advantage so you can rid of him easily. It's not even a hindrance because you can just ignore him if he just chooses to sit near enemies. You can just run to the fog wall. So yeah, some weapons are annoying in PvP, but they're bound to be. No multiplayer game is inherently balanced, and tryhards are annoying, but you've always got the upper hand as a host and a phantom. Using the phantom finger after eliminating the host hits some kind of way. Yes, it does, my guy. Finally, a man of culture. I agree. It's kinda annoying that you have to sit through a big-ass loading screen, especially since the game kinda bugs out and glitches, and sometimes it just gives you a connection error. It doesn't even give you the rune arc. And it's pretty impractical, but it's fun as hell, and it's like a shadow ninja getaway move. I love it so much. I love doing it, but it's really impractical, and well, it just doesn't help anyone. It just looks really sick. Crazy rage bait. Everyone knows that Souls-like PvP is trash. Well, this is exactly what I've been talking about in the first section of my video. Everyone says that Souls-like PvP is trash, but the community is so huge actually. This is why I don't get why everyone calls it trash. But at the same time, I see so many players and invading is so easy. Finding a session to play multiplayer in is so incredibly easy. And there are so many spots and hotspots for PvP and invading. It's crazy. All the builds, all the strategies that the community made, especially for the multiplayer and the multiplayer alone, I think it's just crazy. And what amazes me is that people call it trash. I get that it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. The Souls-like games are frustrating because they're really hard, and PvP is no exception. Both for the co-op players and for the invaders. If the battle is just one-sided and you get cheesed and killed by many enemies and it's unfair, then yeah, for sure, it's frustrating. But it's also the element of Souls-like games. I feel like that's the core thing. That's the thing that sets them apart. They're so hard and so difficult and frustrating. But that's exactly where we play Souls game, isn't it? I'm gonna try to kind of make a resume for this comment. In the first section, it basically says that my comments about Bloodhound Step are just wrong and that every invader uses one. It's true, I have seen a lot of people use it, and I need to mention that I never said it's bad. I just said it's not bad, but it's not good either, which in my opinion makes it a mediocre item. Its only use, like this comment says, is just to escape blenders. Now, that would be good if there was an item for that, and especially an Ash of War with that you can put on any weapon. That'd be great. The problem is its only use is to escape blenders, and the Ash of War itself does no damage, so naturally you'd have to swap to that weapon. Some people can hard swap to it, but even soft swapping to it is impractical, because while you're getting blended, switching your weapon takes frames. It's an animation, and those are some frames that you could use to roll or jump or attack back. Switching to a weapon just isn't really worth it, especially if you're cornered. Now, I can understand if you wanted to use it for getting some distance, running away, which is practical enough, but it's gotten a bit worse now, since there are just so many projectiles with great tracking and stuff like blind spot and swift slash. It's good, but it's definitely taken a hit, and it's not as good as it was before. I never said it was bad though. The second part of the comment refers to using cheat engine, and this guy says he wants to use it because he doesn't think it's fun grabbing 8 billion items across the map over and over again. Well, if 8 billion items refer to a suit of armor, a weapon, and 4 talismans, then I'm sorry to say this, but it's really not that hard. Sure, it takes time, it's not convenient, it's something that doesn't involve playing PvP, but I feel like it's part of the game, and it's implied, since the game was never meant to be multiplayer. Just the fact that invading and co-op alone exists is wonderful, and it's a place where you can all share builds and opinions and just enjoy the game together. I'm sorry that you can't invade right off the bat or play PvP, but it was never the point of the game. Let me be clear that I have no problem with giving yourself items for single player purposes only. It's your game, you paid for it, you decide how you play it. As long as you don't influence anybody else's playthrough, you have my blessing. Go ahead, use cheat engine because it's your game. You paid for it once again. The problem comes when you give yourself 20 fully upgraded weapons and all the talismans at the maximum version. That's literally cheating in an online game. And I don't see how that would be justifiable. If you can't spend the time grinding for all these weapons, then you simply shouldn't have access to them. It's a part of invading. A good invader should be able to grind for all these weapons and work so that their build has success, and that it will be able to be successful in most invasions. If you can't put in the time and effort, then how is it fair to cheat your way to victory? Cheatling here says that he only mainly uses cheat engine for larva kills because they're not farmable items, and he doesn't want to make a new playthrough every time he decides to switch builds. And I wouldn't condemn anyone for using that, especially in single player. In single player you can give yourself infinite health and infinite damage. It doesn't bother anyone, it's your game, and no one should decide how you play it for you. But yeah, larva kills are limited, they're a finite item. I feel like there's about 15 to 20, not sure, please let me know down in the comments below. I feel like that there's that many larva kills in the game, which is quite a bit. I mean, there are only about 20 or 30 builds that you could make in this game, combining all the different damage stats together. As long as you don't affect anyone that's playing the game, and you're not influencing other people's playthrough, giving yourself larva kills is just not that big of a thing, and I hope you don't feel bad about it. My man here says that the biggest issue with PvP is the rewards, and that they're not worth. Well, I agree, they are not worth. They never have been worth. They have only been worth in like Dark Souls 3 where you got Covenant items, but even then, if you did 30 invasions where you were in a specific Covenant, that was it. There was no purpose in farming them anymore. But having rewards, getting rewards for invading and for killing invaders would be so impractical and spammable and exploitable. I feel like that's why we don't have any. Because imagine you just get invaded by the same red time and time again, and that red is a friend of yours. And besides the fact that he can drop you unlimited weapons and cheated runes, imagine you just farm them and win unlimited rewards. The fact that you got a quarter of their souls that they use for the next level up as a reward, I think it's big enough. the main reward here, I feel like, is just the satisfaction. Bro, thank you so much for the love and support. You don't know how much I appreciate it. It does mean the world to me. I'm genuinely so happy when I see comments like this. It makes me want to keep making content forever. And it's heart soothing, man. This is really nice to see. And I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting me and for leaving nice comments down below and telling me what content I should make and to renew my microphone. In case you guys didn't know, I made my first videos using my $5 Amazon headset and they didn't turn out too well, and now I'm recording on my phone. Hopefully I'll save up to get a microphone, but just thank you guys. Just thank you for the comments, and this honestly melts my heart. I'm so grateful. Thank you guys so much for stuff like this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what kind of video you want to see next. Let me know if you enjoyed this one or what builds I should try, if I should showcase weapons. Let me know of your honest opinions down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.